What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome back to Let's Play Corpse Party Book of Shadows. In the last episode, we tried to survive as Yuka, and we failed quite horribly. So in this episode, we're gonna get back to where we were before, and hopefully pick things a little bit better. I really thought that the better option would have been to try and run for it at that point, but I guess we were wrong. So this time, we're going to choose things a little bit differently. You know, it wouldn't be a typical Midnight Zero Let's Play of Corpse Party if we didn't get the wrong end as fast as we possibly could have. So, man, we really had to skip through a lot, I guess. If you needed a refresher on last episode, here it all is. You can't read at, what, 30 words per second or something? Alright, so now we are going to consider other options. My arms and legs were still so numb that I couldn't trust myself to get out of the room safely. I had to think of something else. I had to buy some time. Giant man, did you know that he's not my big brother? Kizami proceeds to explain to him that he is actually her big brother. It seemed like the little girl was pulling the huge man's strings, and he didn't really want to hurt me. So maybe I could reason with him? Nani o shiteru? What are you doing? Kill her! Doesn't seem to be doing so hot. What's wrong? Giant man, do you want to talk about your problems? He suddenly doubled over and began clawing at his throat, seemingly in a great deal of pain. Reasoning with him really wasn't going to work. He was too unstable, and if it came down to me or the little girl, I was pretty sure I wouldn't win. What? Now might be my best chance to escape. What? Seriously, just by asking him what's wrong, we got him to, I don't know, be in some sort of pain? Either from internally fighting Sachiko's controller or something like that? So now we've created an opportunity to run? What? How does that make sense? I don't see it. I don't see it. What? Oh, it's time to search now. What are we searching for? Light the Bunsen burner. Yeah, we're gonna light it. It's not even making noise. Is there any gas coming out? Yikes. Did we just die? It's not working. I need to find something else. What's this? Faucet, but I don't know if it'll actually work. No water. My throat is so dry. Sorry, I shouldn't be skimming through this. I feel like if we take too long, or we're on some sort of a timer, we're gonna die. What do I do? There has to be some way out of this. The music? Did the music seriously just end like that? There's a bottle on the ground. It was so like dramatic and so intense. It was so stressful because of the hyped up music, and it just like suddenly shut off. There's a bottle on the ground filled with a transparent liquid. Take it. Yeah, we'll take it. I'm sure that's something we need to light or something like that. I wonder what's in here. It's not water, is it? What is that? Hydrochloric acid. That's not something you want to get on yourself. How long are you planning to squat there like that? Kill her. He's not really going to appreciate this hydrochloric acid. That is a very strong acid. Instinctively, I threw the glass bottle at the huge man with the hammer. Yikes. Yikes. That will immediately burn through all of your clothes, your skin. He flinched and stumbled backwards. His hammer was still raised, however, and smashed into one of the light bulbs on the ceiling, shattering it. Yikes, a lot of glass everywhere, I'd imagine, then. It's dark. But I might be able to get away now. The feeling had begun returning to my legs, so I wasted no time. Habitually yelling, "Excuse me," as I left, I darted through the dark lab, using what I remembered of its layout to avoid obstacles and reach the door. Did we survive? Hopefully. Sachiko does not look happy, to say the least. Hey, did you do that on purpose? Huh? Huh? What are the rewards? Worthless scum? Fix it or you get no more rewards from me. Yeah, she does not look like she's about this at all.
早く追いかけろ。
Just go after her already. I imagine he's not in the best state to be running after someone given all the hydrochloric acid spilled all over him, potentially the glass from the light bulb and everything.
あの小娘何度目だ。
How many times have we crossed paths with that girl now?
お守りの切れ端を持っているのか。運命が定着していない。
Huh? Maybe she has the paper scrap to keep her safe. Her fate hasn't been sealed yet, huh? Are we finally getting back to the at-large story? If there is one, that is. I actually have a lot of thoughts on that. I'll reserve a lot of the thoughts for the very end of the game, but I think a lot of it has to do with my difference in expectation and what this game actually is.
どこか隠れられるところを探さなきゃ。
I have to find somewhere to hide. Oh man. Are we gonna have to actually choose somewhere? I could hear the sounds of someone else running, just a short distance in front of me. I couldn't make out who it was with any certainty, but I did briefly catch a glimpse of a figure retreating into the darkness, and it looked like... Big brother? Are we gonna see Satoshi? Finally?
今のお兄ちゃんだったよね。
That was Big Brother just now, wasn't it? I took off in pursuit. If that was Big Brother, then I just had to catch up to him.
お兄ちゃん。
Big Brother, Big Brother! He mustn't have heard me. His pace never slowed, and I saw him disappear around a corner.
行っちゃった。早く追いかけなきゃ。
He's not stopping. I have to go after him.
お兄ちゃん。
Big Brother, Big Brother! Is this a delusion, maybe? A trap of some sort? Or are we're actually running after him, potentially? So if we're facing this direction and he went around the corner, does that mean... What? Where are we supposed to go? I guess we'll head this way? I don't know if we were supposed to be, like, facing a particular direction so we have some sort of idea of where we're supposed to go? Are we on a timer? Is it possible to take too long? I don't even... We'll head up this way to see, I guess. Just start exploring things. This is Corpse Party, after all.
お兄ちゃん、どこ行っちゃったのかな。
Big Brother, where did you go?
静かすぎる。こっちじゃないみたい。
It's too quiet. I don't think he came this way.
やっぱりさっきの場所でお兄ちゃんを探してみよう。
I should look for him back in the main hallway. Fair enough. And would you listen to this music? I'm a fan of this. I could get behind this. We'll speed things up a little bit, as I don't imagine we're gonna run into anything too new in the hallway just chilling. Unless we're stopped for something like Satoshi. Can we... Is Yuka gonna let us go down these stairs? Probably not. Oh, no, she will. She will, so we can go down this way. Interesting. Then we'll... You know, I guess we'll just head over here for the time being. Oh, wow, this music is really rocking. And, of course... Did we go the wrong way? Are we gonna run into someone definitely different than Satoshi? What's that noise? Yikes, suddenly my field of vision started going topsy-turvy. Was I falling? It's another earthquake! It was an earthquake, but there was more than just that. The floor beneath me was moving up and down in time with the quake's left and right motion. Huh? Big brother, big brother. I tried putting one hand on the floor for balance and getting back to my feet. I need to keep going after Big Brother, otherwise I'll lose his trail. I thought I'd done it. I was standing now, and it started getting used to the vibrations. As long as I hugged the walls, I could walk. But that all quite literally came crashing down around me soon enough. The wildly shaking floor cracked, then crumbled, and I was free falling. Yikes. Is this a wrong end? Did I already run into another wrong end, guys? Or is this actually plot progression? Are we gonna hear like a splat sound and then wrong end or something? Did we take too long to look for Satoshi? Did we go the wrong direction? Oh man, there's no way this spells well for us, guys. I can almost guarantee we are definitely gonna die here. So, you know what? Let's figure it out, but I definitely don't have my hopes up. I raised my head and found myself lying on top of a pile of rubble. I wasn't too much worse for the wear, though, all things considered. Where am I? I looked all around me frantically, but saw nothing even remotely familiar. This is definitely someplace new. Not for us, and it didn't feel like much of a school anymore. The walls and floor were made from packed dirt with only railroad ties keeping it all together. It's really musty down here. I knew I was underground. I had to be. It just felt that way. There were no windows anywhere, and based on the smell, there was no ventilation either. It's really hard to breathe. Oh no, Big Brother! Big Brother might have gotten caught off guard by that earthquake too, I thought. He could be down here. It was a big one after all. Maybe he was injured. Maybe he couldn't move. You can do it, Yuka. You can save Satoshi. I have to find him right away. I tried pushing myself up from the pile of rubble, ready to shoot to my feet and continue the search. That didn't last long, however. My hands and feet were still a little numb from the ropes, making it hard to keep my balance. I fell back onto my butt. What'd we fall into is the real question. My underwear was completely waterlogged, like a full sponge. It squished unpleasantly on the debris, sending a cold chill through my entire body. What's going on? I reached down and felt it, and it was absolutely soaked through. It would take forever for it to dry. I mean, I'm pretty sure she wet her pants on that table, right? That's right. I forgot. I peed myself. Why? What is it with Corpse Party and Yuka and peeing? I was so wrapped up in running for my life and chasing after Big Brother, I didn't even notice the wetness. But now I couldn't get out of my mind. Don't tell me she's gonna take him off. Don't tell me she's gonna take him off. If so, that's not a detail you needed to include Corpse Party. It's just not. It's so gross. Tears were welling up in my eyes. How could I be so pathetic? I forced myself to my feet, doing my best to try ignoring the squishy sensation. I wouldn't be able to ignore it for long, though. My panties were noticeably heavier now, and the urine they absorbed was practically ice cold. I couldn't go on like this. I was going to get a rash or catch pneumonia or something, and every step was going to be its own form of mushy, gushy badness, is what we'll leave it at. But what could I do? I could take them off, but then what? Carry them with me? Ew, leave them on the floor for someone else to find? No thanks. Why so much attention to this? Why so much attention to this? Big Brother. Big Brother. I swallowed my pride, held back my tears as best I could, and waddled onward. Like, I get it's uncomfortable. The coldness and everything, and like, she's right, you could get a rash. Potentially like an infection of some sort, like if it's there for too long. Like, those are legitimate concerns, but it's not something that needs to be discussed. Isn't there anywhere I can go to get these off? So, in typical Yuka fashion, we are now searching for another bathroom to have to deal with solving another problem related to pee. Alright, so there's obviously a girls' room and a boys' room over there we're intended to go towards. Whoa, there's the body pool, the death room, that's right, this whole place, the bomb shelter. So I think it's pretty natural to assume we're going to be heading over to the girls' room. So I think that's where we'll start by heading towards. Let me know what you guys feel about that. I don't know, I mean, I don't want to draw too much attention to it or make it too big of a deal. It's not like a deal breaker by any means. I just think it's kind of a weird inclusion. Not really relevant, in my opinion. Whoa, that wall is a lot closer than I anticipated. We'll head down this way. It is interesting to have the change of scenery. The bomb shelter, we haven't like actually explored it in a while. The last time we were down here, if I recall correctly, we just had someone running after us, and then we were in a bit of a catch-22 where we got slashed down. The door is sealed firmly shut. There's no way to open it. It seems the music's changed potentially too. I don't think this is the same as when we were up in the school, right? I don't think so, at least. But yeah, some of the thoughts I was having earlier are more so that this game it feels kind of like DLC, if that makes any sense. And I'll of course continue when we're done with the toilet. Is this an actual bathroom? There are no protective seals and no weird smells. The only bathrooms I'd seen up to this point were unusable. Charms on the door, mysteriously sealing the room shut, bodies hanging in the stalls. This looked to be a completely normal bathroom. Completely normal. Certainly the most normal I'd seen since getting stuck in this place anyway. Yeah, that's probably a lot more accurate. Then, what is that? There's a loose piece of wood on the ground here. Take it. Oh, please, we're taking it. This might be useful for something. Now watch. We're gonna finally go in like in the toilet, and there's gonna be a ghost in the stall that's gonna be like, "Did you take my wood? How could you?" and kill us for it or something like that. What kind of a could be like a steak of some sort? I don't know. I wonder if I can get in the stalls. What's keeping you from doing so? I tried pulling on one of the wooden stall doors. Sounds like it opened just fine. Looks like the piece of wood we picked up is from the top of this door that we just swung open. Is anybody in here? We got Need Eye in there? I listened carefully for any hint of response, even going so far as to hold my breath. I guess if somebody did respond, it would be pretty scary. Agreed. But there wasn't a single sound to be heard. The entire room was dead silent. The walls were made from packed dirt, after all, and there was a lot of moisture in the air. Effectively, this whole place was naturally soundproofed. This is perfect. There's nobody else around. What'd you notice, Yuka? I backed away from the stall slightly and almost tripped over a fairly sizable crack in the ground, about 5 centimeters wide and 1 centimeter thick. This might be a good spot to hide them. Really, why do you care, Yuka? I mean, she is a kid, right? So I can't expect 100% rationality from her, but... Finally, I was able to get out of those waterlogged panties. Despite being alone, I still crouched down and removed them as discreetly as I could. I then stuffed them tightly into the crack I discovered. The hole's not big enough. Some of it's still sticking out. If only there were just a little more space. What do I do now? Just leave the panties, Yuka. Great. I know. I can use this piece of wood to dig in there and make it bigger. Use the piece of wood. I feel like we're gonna find something in this crack that we're not really looking for. I'm so glad Big Brother didn't have to see me doing this. Please, don't let anybody find me until I'm done. What was that sound? Especially not Big Brother. Not that Big Brother would be likely to wander into a girl's bathroom, but it was possible given the circumstances. So just to be safe, I figured it couldn't hurt to pray that that didn't happen. Maybe I should stuff them down even farther. It'd be embarrassing if anyone were to find these after all. Okay. My underwear was now totally buried and out of sight. There was no way anyone could come across it if they didn't know it was there. Satisfied, I stood up. I'm pretty sure she said something like near identically in the first game. It's so drafty now. But it's still a lot better than wearing wet panties. What was that? Yeah, no kidding. It's been nothing but earthquakes since we got here. I wonder if this place will be okay. It seems even older than the school building. Do we continue exploring now? Oh, and the music is gone, sadly. I peeked my head out from the bathroom and looked around. Nobody's out there, right? I don't know if you can really rely on that, Yuka. Big brother, big brother. My voice echoed a lot louder than I was expecting. It actually surprised me. Considering the wet dirt walls, I didn't think sound would travel that far. I'm scared.
誰かいれば
If any of Big Brother's friends are nearby, please.
手洗いたいな
I really want to wash my hands. That's a natural reaction. I appreciate that, Yuka. I began walking through the hall once again, this time a bit slower and more unevenly due to exhaustion. So I guess we continue exploring now. We'll check out this last hallway, just to catch the end here. See if there's anything to explore, investigate. Doesn't seem so. Alright, then I want to head over to the storehouse and see if we can head in there, and then we'll work our way upwards and continue to explore the bomb shelter. Looks like we can't exactly get in here.
やっぱり開かないや
I guess I really can't open it.
出口どこにあるのかな
I wonder where the exit to this place is. Yeah, you're gonna have a difficult time finding that one, Yuka. I can assure you that. Let's head up to this hallway, and then we can start working our way north. Ooh, we got ourselves a corpse in the corner here. It's a set of skeletal remains. Given its tiny stature, it very likely belonged to an elementary school student in life. There's a student ID name tag halfway lodged inside the poor girl's rib cage. Great Harbor Elementary School, Chihiro Tamamura. Alright, I guess I'll continue my thoughts from earlier. It kind of feels like this game is DLC, like extra chapters for extra characterization or extra perspectives on the same sort of events that happened, that really just kind of supplement the original story from Tortured Souls, but don't really provide their own individual story, which is kind of what I was going into this game expecting. Another experience just like the first one, where you have, the cast of characters trying to figure out some at-large mystery and save themselves in a dark, scary environment. But I do feel very familiar with this environment, and like it is just kind of an add-on to the game, which going into it, if I expected that, like, it does its job well in my opinion, and I'll, fairly evaluate it towards the end. It is doing a good job at providing extra perspectives on some of the characters that didn't have the chance to in the first game, and characterizing them really well in my opinion. It's just a little underwhelming thus far. But yeah, I'll let you guys, wait for that discussion, I guess, until the end of the game. But it's really dark in here. I can see everything just fine, Yuka, much to my dismay. Is there anything we can actually inspect in here, though? Doesn't seem like... Oh, what was that girl's name that we were in here as? I don't remember, but... There are thoroughly decomposed remains on the table here. Based on general appearance and what's left of the deceased's clothing, they appear to belong to a very young girl. Her name tag is still affixed to her chest. So this is Mako Sakurai. Every time I hear Sakurai, I think of Smash Bros. Anything else? These remains? It's a set of skeletal remains. There doesn't seem to be any way to determine gender from clothing or build alone. I'd argue that those are very indicative of gender, but there's this, or at least, I was going to say at least biological sex, but at the same time, they are intrinsically tied. Obviously, they're not the same, but different discussion. But there's a student ID name tag nearby, bearing a traditionally feminine name. Komashiro Trade School Sakura Motoi. Alright, anything in the closet? There's a cabinet here that looks big enough to fit a whole person inside. Might make a good hiding spot. Is this like an allusion or reference to the other chapter where this was the place to hide? If anyone comes, maybe I should close myself inside here. But if anyone did come, it would be really scary. So maybe I should just get out of this room while I can. Did the door just close? Did we seriously just walk into a wrong end, guys? The door to the room suddenly slammed shut, and the inside of it was missing its doorknob, rendering it unopenable. Oh my goodness, guys. I think we just walked ourselves into a wrong end. Me being curious, wanted to see what's going on in the death room. It's called the death room for a reason, guys. I should remember. It seemed I'd been locked in. What do I do? Is there anything in here I can use in place of a doorknob? Do we actually have the option to look for it now? This handle, maybe? There's a fairly large stone sitting on the heavy wooden table. Take it? Yeah, why not? Acquire the stone. I highly doubt that. If I take this against the door, if I bang this against the door with all my might, maybe I can bust it open. What? No, no. That's not gonna work.
ダメだ。
No good.
かもしない。
Didn't even budge. Yeah, that's not surprising. Oh, shoot.
大きな音を出したから気づかれちゃったかも。
I know, no, I think he noticed me because of all the noise I'm making. Of course, that's the real wrong end
出
here.
る方法を見つけなきゃ。
I need to find a way out of here quickly. I quietly and gently return the stone to its original spot. Okay, so I guess we should think for a second. Oh, is this the darkening? Oh my lord, look at that darkening level. 26%, what is this? There's a nail puller shoved into this thing's drain. Pull it out. You know what, sure, we gotta figure it out quickly. Acquire the nail puller.
これをドアに引っ掛ければ取っ手の代わりにできるかな。
Yeah, that could work. If I stick this into the door, I might just be able to use it like a doorknob. Hopefully the giant man's not already waiting outside, but
これで外へ出られる。
it worked. Now I can get out of here. I don't know if this is intentional, but that kind of adds a little salt to the wound where we died in here last time because we didn't know how to get out. But did we... Are we actually... Are we living out here? It seems so. It seems like we're living. Wow, so I'm pretty sure we just avoided a death there. Wow. Alright, well, in the next episode, we are going to continue exploring. We've got a lot of hallway ground to cover, and then the body pool. And I think in the process of that, we're going to run into a rather unfortunate fate, given our darkening is at 96%. How crazy is that? But until the next episode, this is Midnight Zero, and this mission is complete.